I want you to think about how truly rare it is for a video game series that tells an ongoing story to actually end. Like, really purposefully end. To have a game where it is clear from the outset that this is the final chapter, the story of the full series will come to an end here, and we are making no effort to leave the door open for possible future installments to continue the story further. It's rare, and that's because it's hard. Either your series isn't successful enough to tell its full story, business people get involved and force a series to continue past its natural endpoint, or storytellers just can't say goodbye and keep the story going longer than it was originally planned. Because of how big games are and how long they take to make, it usually takes over a decade at least for a video game series to even have the chance to wrap up. I've learned, as I've gotten older, to really cherish the few games I play that presented themselves as purposeful endings to their stories and actually stick that landing. You'll see by the end, there really aren't many games that match this criteria on this list. But now, we get to talk about what very well could be the best finale chapter a game series has ever seen. I don't think anyone was surprised that of all the gaming sagas out there, it would be the Metal Gear saga that would stick its landing with pinpoint precision in Metal Gear Solid 4: Guns of the Patriots. In some ways, the games of the Metal Gear series can feel a bit disconnected from each other. I mean, heck, the previous game took place 50 years earlier with a cast of characters completely separate from the modern-day crew of Solid Snake, Otacon, Raiden, and friends that are actually going to be ending things here. Yet, every idea, every theme, every character presented in the previous 5 games in the saga plays a role, and probably a big role, in how the story of MGS4 unfolds. As technology and the flow of information allows powerful people to strengthen their chokehold on modern society, every character bears their full resolve. Who will go all the way, who will buckle under the weight, and who thinks their situation can even find resolution at all? The stakes are overbearing, the themes feel all-encompassing, and the story, from the moment Snake walks into the graveyard on the title screen, handles itself with the weight and reverence the stories of the previous games deserved. All without leaving behind the ham and cheese the series was always drenched in. I feel like I'm droning on about this game's story more than I usually do, but I think it's appropriate to do that for the game that holds the Guinness World Record for the longest cutscene in video game history. Now, I know not every Metal Gear fan will agree with me here, but as far as gameplay goes, I really just like my Metal Gears to feel as modern as possible. Guns of the Patriots is definitely the least stealth-focused MGS game to come out at that point, but I really don't mind. I appreciated the quality of life improvement that was Snake's auto camo suit. The new button layout felt comfortable to me, and all in all, they changed a lot to make the game feel more standard compared to other games on the market. At least, to me. A guy who wasn't even alive yet when the first Metal Gear Solid came out. There's a ton of creative and compelling gameplay sequences, once again taking advantage of the new technology offered by a new console. I think I've made it pretty clear that I see Metal Gear Solid 4 as especially special, even among a series of especially special games. Not just for being a true blue verified ending to a story, but specifically for having to handle the stories of like 3 of my favorite characters of all time, and absolutely crushing each and every one of them. Never before in this countdown have I been so tempted to break the spoiler seal. Not yet. I'm not sure if modern game development practices, both on the business and creative side, will allow for too many more experiences like this one to exist, and I don't really mind. Metal Gear has always been special to me, and I'll happily live in a world where Metal Gear Solid 4 gets to continue to be a very special case.